poderle ver cómo anda el saya en la Olimpiada con todas las medallas. Van a extrañarme el día que me vaya. Todos los tuyos quieren tirar la toalla. Estoy demasiado veloz, no pueden verme. Cada vez que quiero quemar, le tiro a Werner. Me gustan más los billetes azules que los verdes. Hasta cuando ganan, pierden.
I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. And it's the Hawks to start out. Pass to Young. Into the lane. Oh, and Mobley with the block. Ooh, poked away. Now Young with a steal. That one drops for him.
Yeah, there's Trae Young getting it done inside.
And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I was able to catch up with the head coach of the Bucks. I asked him about how difficult it is to game plan for someone like Trae Young, and Coach said to me, I told our players to play up on him. The more he moves and runs around, the more likely he is to get into a rhythm, so we need to stay aggressive against him. Sounds like this might be a very physical game, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Here's Atlanta now. And we're about a minute into the first. Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. Now Young with a steal. To the middle. On the push, here comes Atlanta. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more. And out on the wings, Zach Risacher has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
Oh, he packs it down!
That is incredible. Well, you can't teach the athleticism displayed there by Johnson.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
The three from Risacher. That one won't fall. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Here's Milwaukee. Searching for their first points of the game. And that one drops.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Here's Risacher. Doing some damage on the offensive end. Putting up a little over 14 points a game. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Yeah, plenty of power behind that move from Johnson.
Mobley outside. Back to Mitchell. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Daniels, that one's true.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Here's Jackson. Oh, and Johnson with a block. And he gets it back. Mobley down low. He's averaging more than 12 a game. Consistent threat on offense.
Imposing inside. Mobley is just too much.
Young looking for an opening. To the inside. Here's Johnson. Fires the three. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
Yeah, every year in the league, Johnson's become a better three-point shooter. That tells you how hard he works in the offseason.
Here's Trent. And down it goes. 2 points.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Here's Okongwu. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Coach, when you talk about the Atlanta Hawks, you got to start with Trae Young.
One of the most exciting players to watch in the NBA, Brian. He can shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor. He's a great ball handler and one of the most creative passers in the game.
Putting his athleticism to great use. When Mitchell takes the initiative, he's hard to stop.
Pass to Okongwu. That shot off the mark. The Bucks trail by 3. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Ryan, with the Bucks switching coaches midway through last season, Doc Rivers, experienced with star-laden rosters, he said, quote, "I resist thinking that you can't coach players. I have no problem holding them accountable. If you don't do it, you're not going to win." Brian, the pressure's on to get it done.
The burden of expectations. It's title or bust. Thanks, Allie. A minute 22 left in the first quarter. Pass to LeVert. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way.
Boy, oh boy. Both teams lighting it up to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
So they take the lead. Mitchell's got 8 points.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Inside, here's Capella. And it's Capella with the jam.
Yeah, sometimes this seems too easy for Capella. The hoop is right there for him.
Here's Mitchell. Oh, and Mitchell powers it home.
Oh, guys. I mean, this crowd is in awe of that Mitchell dunk. Heck, I'm in awe, too.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
The Hawks trailing. Niang outside. Niang a screen. From deep, Capella. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. Just a big-time effort for Donovan Mitchell, providing a lot.
19.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, what stands out to you from Milwaukee in this one?
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
Here's Grant. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Young can't hit.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Here's Banton. Pass to Aiden. Okoro outside. Out to Portis. Clock at 2. Rebounded by Daniels. Hawks trail by 4. To the paint. Outside Johnson. the right side. Here's Risacher. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
It's always good to see Risacher mixing it up down low.
Ayton inside. And Ayton with the stuff.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
Down low. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there were so many great players, Michael, LeBron. But let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
And the shot goes in.
You're not normally going to see Grant take too many mid-range shots, but that doesn't mean he can't knock them down.
Young misses. The Bucks leading by 6. Okoro on the wing. He drops it from range. Okoro's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
Pass to Benton. Goes back up. Here's Ayton. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Good cleanup there by Ayton, using his reach to get the rebound and finish the job.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. We're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. To the inside. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
That's a nice setup by Young. He reads the floor so well.
Well, Coach, we know how good Young is offensively, but he gets heavy criticism for his defense.
Yeah, look, and at 6'1", 164 pounds, he has some obvious limitations, Brian, but he's shown improved effort as a defender, and it shows in his defensive rating.
And you have to have that scoring ability on the floor.
And LeVert is a tremendous athlete. Once he gets it to the lane, he's terrific at finding ways to finish.
Here's Benton. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
Yeah, we got to talk about how pestering they've been on defense, forcing turnovers and finding ways to score off them.
Niang, no good.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
The 3 from Okoro. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. Hawks trail by 12. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, the NBA draft is now split over 2 days. Commissioner Adam Silver said second-round picks have become increasingly important, and this allows teams more time between those picks, as well as a chance to reassess after the first round. Also, given the level of interest, it merited primetime coverage and exposure.
All right, Allie, thank you. It's been a hit. Here's Benton. The rebound by Mann. So it's Atlanta now. The Lakers will be traveling in to face them after this one. And that's the first of just 2 home games for him. LeVert, that's good.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
The 3 from Okoro. The rebound by Atlanta. Inside. Niang outside. Driving inside. Here's Capella. Outside man. Back to Capella. Boy, they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but still coming up empty. Here's Okoro. Count it. 2 for 4 from the field now.
Good awareness on Ayton's part, spotting the open teammate.
Here's LeVert. It's hauled in by Portis. Milwaukee leading by 13. Okoro outside. Grant outside. Knocks down the triple. Grant's got 7 points for the quarter.
Focus, composure. Jeremy Grant isn't one to take reckless shots from three-point range.
Niang, no good.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Here's Okoro. LeVert with a rebound.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
They grab their own miss. The bank shot, no good. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. Boy, they've been playing at a fast pace, beating the defense in transition and adding to that big lead. Back after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Milwaukee leading by 16. Pass to Ayton. Shoots over Okongwu. Ayton, no good. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Okongwu. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And picked 20th back in 2021. Jalen Johnson might end up being the steal of that draft, Coach.
Well, look, Brian, when we see guys take a big jump like Johnson has, it's usually because they have shot the ball better like he has. He's really blossomed during his 3rd year and still has plenty of room to grow.
Making some changes. Here's Mitchell. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Pass to Mobley. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. All right, Stan, as you look around the league, who stands out as the best perimeter defender right now?
There's so many good ones. OG Anunoby might be the most versatile. Drew Holiday, Derek White, KCP. Don't forget about guys like Aaron Gordon and Herb Jones, also outstanding.
And stolen by Mobley. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
And the long wingspan of Mobley when he gets the steal and leads to the break.
Pass to Johnson. Left side, Young. Johnson with a bucket. Johnson's got 11 points.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Mitchell misses.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Young from long range. There's the triple. Oh, Dre virtually automatic from deep.
Well, Trae Young is a tremendous outside shooter with almost limitless range.
Oh, and Mitchell powers it home.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? To the middle. Here's Johnson. Here's Daniels. Good D by Mobley. And here's Mitchell. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Okongwu with the rebound. Deflects the pass. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. Shoots. Mitchell can't get that one to fall.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
Daniels. And Atlanta misses again. The Bucks leading by 17. Here's Jackson. Okongwu with the rebound. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Young from long range. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Jackson on the wing. And it's all from three-point range. Hawks trail by 17. To the paint. On the wing, Daniels. Johnson inside. 11 points in the game. And here are the Bucks now. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. And the Hawks making a change here. Here's Mitchell. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to be on Caris LeVert.
Going beyond mere stats, Mitchell breathes life into this offense. His energy lifts everyone around him.
Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's Mobley. There's the drive. And Mobley throws it down.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Hawks trail by 21. LeVert outside. Niang up top. Pass to Capella. Screen by Capella. And stolen by Mobley. Only one man back on D. For the finish. Here's Lively. And the basket is good. Lively's got his first points of the game. All right, let's take a look at the energy stats. How the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
They've also been showing us standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
Here's Mitchell. And Mitchell with the slam.
And the fans love it. And Mitchell certainly seems to be enjoying himself on the offensive end.
Man misses.
Impressive closeout on a skilled shooter. That is how you defend shots from downtown.
Now, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
From the arc. Niang, no good. Milwaukee leading by 22. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. There's 39 seconds left in the third. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here he goes. LeVert with a rebound. And stolen by Mobley. "20 seconds left in the third quarter. And a slam dunk by Lively.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
With 1 on the clock. And 3/4 of play in the books.
Can we
This one's
understand
all
that?
but over already. Milwaukee out in front. Running away with this one. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay.
Michael, what, Snoop?
And there have been 2 very different performances
Well,
from these
the game.
teams today as we get going in quarter number 4.
I think just want me a pair,
Here's
bro.
Krejci.
He's passionate.
Pass to Gay.
He said, took the words right out of my mouth. It's amazing
trying
when you
his
get
luck
people
from
to actually
deep.
give a shit about it.
It's Milwaukee with rebound.
They really have a commanding
Can't write
lead,
Billy
not
Buck.
just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And growing up
Yeah,
in
like
California,
Billy Buck.
Stan, when did you first fall in love with the
Took the
game of
joy out of my
basketball?
mouth.
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his
Oh, yeah,
games.
Denver roll, man.
I can't remember
Hey,
a
no,
time
that's not
where
what
I
he said.
didn't love the game.
You know, I've got 2
AD
words
hitting
to describe
threes.
Donovan
So
Mitchell.
what?
Dynamic score. You put this man in just about any situation,
MPJ still
and
ain't
he'll
playing
find a
defense,
shot
no
no
more
matter
games.
what.
And the Hawks making a change here. Here's Portis for
You think he's
3.
really enjoying being in Denver? I
No
think he's
good
okay
that
to get the
time.
fuck away.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm
You gotta
sure he
join.
is too.
Here's Krejci. Sinks it from distance.
Oh, he just hit
Here
an
in the
and one.
second
Oh my
half,
God, they should have
really
called a foul. That was a
focused on
great shot.
stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the
Y'all watch
offense.
y'all watch the score, the shooting guards back here.
Bangs it midair and converts the double clutch layup.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the
The shooting
interior.
guards back in Memphis.
The shot by LeVert, no good.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long 2s are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
And their biggest problem so far, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they
bugging,
made
man.
some great plays, but way too many turnovers.
Here's Grant. Here's Okoro. Out to Portis.
Actually, Gears just stood on business.
Yes, on the jumper.
He took a trolling
It's
car,
just
but
executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the
Yeah.
defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press.
he had a great Adidas deal, though.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
To the middle.
And I think he was making money
Rebounded by the
before this
Bucks.
arena this week. His house was pretty immaculate, but it didn't come from the Girls Arena.
The 3 from Okoro. Buries it from 3.
Love
We
seeing
don't know
this
that.
from
See,
AD.
his house was pretty fucking immaculate. He had a house before the show.
Teammates in their spots.
There's Young with the
He
3.
had a house before the show. The show was shut. The house was fucking immaculate.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
Okoro outside. 3-pointer.
So once you hit a certain level of money, bro, it's all the same.
There's Young with the 3. And Aiden pulls it down.
Yeah, those shots.
Dude, I've already paid my house off and my cars are all paid for. What else am I really paying? That I need an extensive amount of money for.
They recover it. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And
Snoop,
the official
Gil,
signal
like he
a
paying for
jump
somebody
ball
else?
here.
That ain't got nothing to do with paying for somebody else's house.
This one for 3. The shot by
Nah, he don't get
LeVert.
robbed. He paying for niggas rent and shit.
Here's
He ain't know his
Milwaukee.
mama.
Here's
Nah.
Madden. They get it back.
That's usually people what you pay
Fires for
for.
3.
Talking about Evelyn?
Back to Aiden. Portis outside. And here's Grant
And what are
from
you,
the arc.
what are you waiting for? What are you
Unable to
doing?
get that one.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't
Oh,
capitalize.
man. We still not gonna play defense in 3 minutes. What's the difference?
This ball.
He was all
Gotta
over
be
that
chucking.
pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking
I shoot
attempts and
open shot.
deflections because that tells you who's
Thank you.
affecting the game.
There's the screen by Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see
your
the
mic
open
sounds
spot in the
terrible,
defense.
Why are you asking him that?
It's a 3-on-3 fast
I'm gonna try to
break.
go on the Discord.
The three from Riza Shea. And Aiden pulls it down.
Oh, we got about to go in there and see if I can start it back up.
Okoro on the wing.
Let me see.
Here's Grant.
No,
the
dog.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to.
Bro, Kamali on 2K again, bro. This nigga's a fraud. I'm about to fit Jones on him.
Move off the drive. On the wing, Daniels. That three's off the mark. Grant outside.
You said he a baddie?
Takes a three. It's rebounded by Riza Shea. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter.
He
Now
did?
here's Grant. To end the drought.
I don't know how you got. I don't know how that chorus
They
is.
say it was last touched by a Kangwoo.
Yeah.
So both teams changing it up here.
Oh, my shit got up.
A minute 37 left in the fourth quarter. And it's Mitchell, the miss. On offense, here are the Hawks.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says, and a great win for the Bucks.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And they really wanted this one. It pushes their win total up to 21.
Yeah, this is far from the last word in the season series. Still 3 more meetings between them and plenty of motivation to square things up.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Evan Mobley.
And what stood out to me was his effort level defensively. Very active and aggressive, piling up the steals in addition to his overall floor game.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It certainly felt
So
from the head coach all the way down.
They put James Johnson and Tony Bradley in the 2 minutes left.
Here's Matthews. Pass to Nance.
Just
on the clock.
Bob Twin.
He takes it
That
in.
can't be 180.
Lays it up and banks it in.
Right?
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
And here's Mobley. Back to Mitchell. Mobley outside. They set the pick. Here's Mitchell. Nance pulls down the board. And so it's Milwaukee easily grabbing this one. We saw 2 different teams